Hi, my name is Ed Garza. I am the publisher and founder of Video City Magazine, and this is our show. So, welcome, Franklin, Tennessee. We're here to find out stories about businesses that perhaps you would like to connect with or even do business with. The idea here is to share their story, and I hope you enjoy the story of our wonderful guest today, and that is Nadine. And she does something very special for Franklin, Tennessee, especially for single women and single men, as she matches them up. So everybody's looking for a great partner, someone that can support them, that can really get engaged with them and have a long-term relationship. That's what it's all about, right? And have a fruitful relationship, a relationship that thrives and that you enjoy each other's company, whether you're working or you're doing other things. It's all about connecting people. So, Nadine, thank you for joining us, and appreciate you being here.
Hi, Ed. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So the concept of matchmaking in Nashville and what you're doing for singles, something must have happened before that inspired you to start this concept. Can you talk a little bit about what did Nadine do before matchmaking Nashville?
Yes. I was always a connector. I always wanted to match my friends since college. I wanted to make them be together. Who do you like? I'm gonna go talk to them. And after that, I didn't think I could do a career for that. So I was 20 years in supply chain, and I had a lot of like executive and leadership and talent management experience. And then when I moved here to Nashville, I was single and I had a problem. I was single and I didn't want to be single. I wanted to have a partner. I wanted to have a long-term commitment and just somebody to share life with.
Yes, that companionship is kind of twofold. Some people, companionship really gives them something to live for, right, and to enjoy. And what a great thing to do, right? I know my wife and I on Sundays, I have a great companion, but on Sundays we love to cook together, and we spend the whole day prepping meals for the entire week. And what a great time together! But that's the kind of companionship people really look. I mean, a marriage is not really, it's not all about finances or even the S word, sex, right? It's not all about that. It's about that companionship, especially later on in life. We all get older, right? We all grow older. We're all going to sit on a rocking chair, so to speak, right? And but having that companionship is so critical, not only to your physical body, but to your heart and your mind, if that's something you're really desiring. Nadine, tell us a little bit about what's the first meeting like? Let's take either a man or a woman, you could choose. What's that first meeting like when they meet with you and you're discovering and their life and what their goals are in terms of finding a perfect partner? Give us an idea of what that first meeting's like, the discovery. What should they expect in that meeting?
Of course. So on the first meeting, we talk about the relationship goals. So what would you like to have? Most of the time that is a long-term relationship. Sometimes that is going to lead to marriage. Sometimes they want to have a family. They want to have kids. So we go on everything that they want in a partner or the want to find in a relationship. So we also go over, what's going on in their dating life right now. So how is it? Are they using the dating apps, or are they just trying to meet people in person? What's their experience right now?
Right.
And what happened in the past? Because what happened in the past, so when was their last relationship, and how was that like, and what did they like about that relationship, and what they didn't like about that relationship, so that we can know not to repeat the past. But for the most part, then after that, we're going to talk about the future. So what qualities are you looking for? What interests attract you? What any detail that the single person can give us on what is that they're looking for on a partner.
That's great. So obviously there's a lot of online apps that people can go to, and it's a lot of really, you don't really, I guess you don't connect. I mean, I was single at one point. It's really hard to really sift through all these apps. What makes you a little different, especially in Nashville? Obviously, I would assume you add a lot of personal touch and coaching to help that individual, whether it's a man or a woman, to find that perfect match. And how's that different, obviously, than online? Besides the obvious is the human interaction between you really helping somebody connect. But what else makes you different besides, going online to, matchmaker or what? I forget what all of them, plenty of fish. There's all kinds of ones out there. What makes you different, please?
So in the apps, you're going to find a lot of people. They might be just playing. They might be not be looking for a long-term relationship. They might be catfishing. There's so many things that so many people that can't just use the apps because they're free, and some are going to be there for the right reasons. Some are not going to be there for the right reasons. So that's one thing. The other thing is there might be some high quality people that are not in the apps because they need privacy, because they haven't had a good experience with the app. So there are many people that I have in my network and in my database that are not in the apps. They don't like them. They don't want to deal with that. They don't want to live with the stress that brings. So, but they meet with me. They meet with me through events, through networking events, to social media, through friends of friends. So, and I get to know them in person, and they come to my network. So those are the people that I'm introducing to my clients. So, in many times, in many times, those are not people that they're going to meet in real life if they're not doing all the networking that I'm doing, and they're not going to meet them in the apps either because it's less likely that they're there. And the other thing is, sometimes we have issues with our profile. So I also help singles, even if they want to do it that way. I help singles to make sure that they're attracting the right people. Are they putting effort on building that profile? Are they doing something that is going to attract that type of partner that they're looking for? Because sometimes we're sending mixed signals through our pictures, through our profiles, through what we talk. So I help them make that connection without all of the other noise. Let's say
That's
the
great.
other
That's
noise
great.
that is in the apps.
So really, I mean, really, you cut through the time it takes. Number one, to the time process of finding a good partner, or somebody that you could relate to, right? Somebody that you have common interest with, and you could see yourself with for a lifetime. So on an app, obviously, a lot of people, can post any photos they want. You're right. It's kind of like, especially now, right? As bad as the economy has gotten, there's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of scams out there, a lot of things that just could go wrong, and you don't know who to trust, right? So why not have sort of like Nadine? She's like a mediator, so to speak, right? She's going to do the due diligence on the people, right? When they fill out their profile. Do you actually meet them face to face, or the people that are in your network, generally speaking?
Most of the time I meet them face to face, or I at least interview them in video, just like we're doing right now.
Yes.
But I also screen them. If they're going to go out with my clients, they're going to be screened. And I'm going to make sure that some things are safe. It's a real person. I'm going to ask them for their ID. I just want to make sure that they're a real person and that they're serious about dating.
Wow.
So that's something that does not happen in like verification. And even if you do a video or a picture, there's many things that you don't know.
Very true. And let's talk about it. There's a big problem. I know there's millions of dollars that are stolen from vulnerable men and this is not something you do, but vulnerable men online, when there's ladies in other countries, could be Russia, could be Ukraine, could be Latin America areas. there's just a lot of ill will people out there, and I know for a fact a lot of men get, stolen from, scammed, right? And that could
They
happen.
do.
There
Yeah, that really
are
happens to men and to
professional.
women and to both.
Yeah.
They get asked for tickets for a plane, or they say that, oh, their family is sick, and you help them. And by then they already went through a lot of texting and they build a relationship, and they actually go through and pay that money. It's sad.
So what would you say some of the red flags? Because obviously we know there's a big audience out there that you may have someone that you love or that's doing this, or what are some of the red flags to watch for, in that process? Because, scams are on an all-time high now, and there's a lot of men and women getting taken advantage of. Can you address that real quick? Maybe a couple of red flags they should look for?
Yes, of course. And in fact, I can give it to you in one red flag. If they don't want to meet in person, that's a red flag. And that's the main one that you want to look for. And when you're dating online, you want to take that conversation real quick to meeting in person. And you can do it in a safe place. It doesn't have to be threatening. You can do it in a safe place. You can tell a friend to go and watch for you. You can do many things, but you have to meet in person fast. And if possible, like I'm not saying you're gonna ask for their ID or anything, but in some way you have to verify that they are really who they say they are. Because if you meet them in person and their social media too, you can see their Facebook, their LinkedIn, you can see those are things to look for.
Yes. Interesting. So if somebody just doesn't want to deal with all that, they just contact you, right? I mean, because you're going to do all that mediation for them, that validation, so that they feel comfortable, and that when it comes time to meet them at the first date, when they go out to eat or have coffee or go to one of our sponsors, maybe they go do a paint and sip, right, at
Yeah,
the
they have a painting
The
night.
Frank location, which is um, a great location to go. We'll make sure to put that link as well. What a great first date that is. But that's Pino's Palette in Franklin, Tennessee, one of our event sponsors. So yeah, there's a lot of different things that why someone would choose you. So how long have you been in business here in the Nashville, Franklin area?
We started operations this year. I got certified 2 years ago in 2021. But I had to leave my other job. So in the meantime, I had to like build this business, and we opened in January.
It sounds from your voice and meeting you in person, seeing you at events and so forth, that you really enjoy what you do. And I could appreciate that. People could appreciate passion, that you love what you're doing. So let's ask the question. There were some certifications and things you had to do to be able to do this. What kind of certifications are there out there? What should people look for? And what do you have, I guess, is the question.
Exactly. I am certified by the Global Love Institute. It used to be the Matchmaking Institute when I got certified, and then I got another certification also for the Love Pro Mastermind, and I belong to the Matchmaking Alliance, my Matchmakers Alliance, sorry, which means that I'm connected to 900 other matchmakers. So even if somebody's open to date in other states, in other countries, anything, I have contacts. So all of those things are what you're going to look for in a matchmaker. You want to make sure that it's certified, that is not somebody just doing it for fun, because there's things that you need to know. Business wise, I have an MBA on services innovation, and that's what I try to do as well. On my services, I try to innovate. I try to give every single what they need personalized. So those are the things that you want to look for on a matchmaker. Somebody that is really an executive, and that has the certifications, that has the connection, that has the network with the matchmaking community, but also in the local community. If you can see, I also belong to local circles, right? We're in Connect Nashville. I connect with you and Go Speed Networking. I connect with the Nashville. I have the matchmaker seat at the Nashville Business Collective. I am part of the Chamber of Commerce. So those are the things that you want to look for. Somebody that is serious, somebody that has your best interest at heart.
That's great. That's great. So, oh, you know, another question popped in my head that I think is valuable for people to understand is you're also bilingual too, as well. So you could match Latin people with Latin people. Am I correct?
Yes, I'm actually trilingual.
Wow.
I speak French, Spanish, and English. So yeah, I can communicate with people in their native language. And I do have some French and Latin people in my database.
Wow, that is amazing. That's fantastic. Well, I love your passion and what you do. Certainly meets a need for somebody that's looking for companionship, someone that really wants to save time, whether it's somebody overseas or like you said, you had connections with, or in another state, or even locally here, you have the database for people and you make the connections and make their dreams come true. Right. So I really appreciate you coming to our events and supporting our community. We're going to get bigger and bigger, and hopefully we'll get a good database for you too, as we bring people to our events that you haven't met. And it's always been a pleasure to talk to you here on our Video City show. We're going to put your information in or below this video so people know how to reach out to you, go to your website, call you, and so forth. So if you want to find the perfect matchmaker, the mediator, and that's Nadine. She could help you, and that's the ticket today. We're talking about matchmaking. My name is Ed Garza. Don't forget, this show is powered and brought to you by Video City Magazine, as well as VideoCityPress.com, where we amplify your voice, where we accelerate your visibility and make you be seen online. So again, Nadine, thank you so much for being here. And of course, stay tuned for our next show where we have exciting guests on for Franklin, Tennessee, so you can learn about their story, so you can connect with them and collaborate with them. Make it a great day. We'll be back soon with our next show. Stay tuned.